Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Book Chat. I'm your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope you loved my new pro for the show. It is brand spanking new. I love it, and I just thought it was time for an upgrade. And I told you last week that some important things were going to be happening with the show, and that's just the first of a few other things that will be coming up. So I hope that everyone had a great weekend. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's pretty hot outside, but still it's beautiful. It's a great day to get out and do something. Maybe go be around maybe some water. Just hang out on the lakefront or just find a cool spot. But still, go outside because it's just absolutely beautiful. Out there today. It's typical summertime weather, and I love the summer. It's hot, but I love summertime. You get a lot of sunshine, and your body needs that. So if you get the opportunity, you may want to wait until it's just a little bit cooler outside. A lot of people like to go out, earlier in the day when the sun is not at its hottest, so you can, get started and enjoy it up until the point to where it gets unbearable. But it's a little bit humid too out today, but not too bad. But anyway, so this was my local forecast for those of you who listen to the show. I do this every week, so I just have to always give you that bit of information before the show. But anyway, before we get to today's show, I want to give out some URLs for the show, ways for you to keep up with what I'm doing and what's going on in my world. And just to give you a little bit more insight on who I am as a writer and who I am as a person. So if you will grab something to write with and something to write on, I'll give you out these URLs for all of my information. So the first one, of course, is to my Spreaker account, and that one is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also follow me, like me, on Facebook, and that one is https://www.facebook.com/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is God's Property 46, and you can also check out all of my information on Instagram, as well as the information that I upload weekly about the show. That is https://instagram.com/God's Property 51. You can also check out happenings on my website. That is https://vivianmoore.wixsite. That's wixsite.com/author Vivian Moore. And also you can check out today's script on Blogger, and that is at https://vivianemore.blogspite.com. And if you want to listen to the show, the recorded version, you can also pick it up on iTunes and iHeartRadio. All right, so now that we have all of those things out of the way, let's just get right into today's show. All right, the title of today's show is Lights, Camera, Action. And the topic is the importance of book reveal, book release parties. Everyone likes movie trailers, right? Well, in case you are not a fan of them, or new movie debuts, then I'm speaking to those of you who do and should love book reveal and release parties. And the reason why I wanted to mention this is because, if you go out to the movie theater, if you go out to watch a movie in the movie theater, and, if you get there super early before the show starts, you always get those promotional trailers at the beginning of the movie. And I mean, it seems as though they're never ending because you want them to end so you can get to what you came to the theater for. But me, I actually like those. I like sitting in the theater, getting all of that information in the beginning, and I like sitting to the end because I like watching, all of the listing of the names and of the actors and all of those things at the end of the movie. Because sometimes you get sneak peeks to another movie. If you sit there long enough, you'll see it. But to those of us who like to have the scoop and stay on top of the information airwaves, then we know how important it is to get the word out in advance. Book reveal and release parties are just like movie trailers, introducing the public to the latest, next wonderful thing. I, for one, again, am a huge fan of movie trailers because I want to know what's coming. I want to know what those coming attractions are, and whether I'm at the movie theater or if I'm at home. Much like movies, I view book releases and reveals the same way. Recently, I announced on all social media platforms about my next book, and the title is If Tomorrow Comes, Genesis. And it's still in production. However, it didn't stop me from giving them a sneak peek of what's to come. Therefore, book reveal and release parties are such a necessary part of promoting your work. Fans love access to their favorite authors, and what better way than letting them in on the secret by giving them a sample of what's to come? There's so many ways of doing this. One I just shared is using social media. Almost everyone has access to some level of social networking, whether through their own accounts or someone else's. There are so many ways to advertise and broadcast your current project using this medium. Even if they aren't technologically literate, there are other ways to pitch the information to them about your big announcement. Radio is another example. Okay, so there are no pictures involved to tease them about what's coming, but words are just as powerful as images. The radio is the megaphone for marketing. It works the same as social media. If you like what you hear, you share it with others by word of mouth. Speaking of images, billboards are another way, and inexpensive, though you might think otherwise. This form of advertising has come all the way down to the bare essentials of cost. Blip, for example, and that's BLIP. It's a billboard company that allows you to set your own price for advertising. It's super simple too. All you need is a high resolution image, a few words to let everyone know what's going on with the picture, and then a manageable budget. And just like that, you are on your way to announcing your project. Email marketing is yet another example of pushing your next reveal to the forefront. Unless you are in the most remote place in the world, there isn't an excuse for not using it to your advantage for promotion. It's so easy, especially with smartphones at your fingertips. It works just like sending a group text message. Instead of texting, another great idea, you simply attach all the people you want to reach out to with one email message. Now, if you're not savvy enough for all these things I've listed, then how about good old-fashioned postcards? They are inexpensive ways to make an announcement. You buy them in bulk or go to Vistaprint.com, plug, upload an image of your book, add a message, and mail them out. Simple, right? This is where you nod and say yes. Okay. Personally, I prefer every way possible to reach out to my fans. I like for them to stay aware, and the best way to do this is to ensure I've used every resource available to me. I love Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram because these platforms allow me access to millions of viewers, not just on my page, but all their friends and followers. I also like Ripple. It is an app specifically designed for advertising on all levels, and I have used this on many occasions. As a matter of fact, I used it to help announce my book release and my book reveal, as a common attraction, and the people they loved it. They ate it up because Ripple is like this. It gives you 30 seconds, and that's usually that's all you need to advertise. It's just those quick 30 seconds because, most people get bored if it's longer than that. If it's a minute or 2 minutes, it's like, okay, can you hurry up and get to the punchline? I got stuff to do. So if it's like 30 seconds long, and if you set it up just right, it grabs their attention and it holds it just for that small span of time. And that's all you need. And like I said, it is one of the best tools for using as in a promotional way, and it's free. The app is absolutely free. The service is free if you want to upgrade, so you have more images at your disposal, more music, because it comes with all of that. You set it all up, and then you are the one that disperse it to your different social media accounts. So, like I said, that is another great way of doing promotional things. Whether you're promoting a party, a book reveal, whatever it is that you want to advertise, that's another cheap and inexpensive way to do it. And the best part to all of these announcements are the end results. Now, I've hosted 2 book parties, and each were a major success. And I used all the examples listed, except for the billboard, because that one is new to our area. However, I will use this on a future project. I've already looked into it, and so I know the ins and outs of it. And so I am considering that. Seriously, I'm considering that. And if I did not mention how much fun these types of events are, then I'll do it now. They are amazingly fun. The guests love prizes, and I love giving them out. It's a great idea to order your giveaways in advance, at least once the cover mock-up is completed. Then you can add the image to your business cards, your bags, calendar, stamps, and postcards, whatever gifts that you are going to be giving out. In the past, I've given out everything from I call them handbags. They're not really handbags, but they're like, the bags. It's a book bag. Yeah, it's a book bag. It's like the old-fashioned kind of book bag. It's not like the kind that the kids use for school, but it's the kind of book bag where you can put, you can put your lunch in it, you can put, gym clothes or whatever you want to use it for, you can use it for that purpose. But on the front, of course, was the lovely view of my book. And I did that for Love Unrequited. That was the one that I used all of those things for. And I gave out free books. I did that. What else did I do? I gave out a ton of things, and we played games, you can make the book reveal, and book release party so much fun by instituting games in there. And, I love testing people to see, if they actually read the book. And so I would, just go to different places in the book and ask them questions about scenes. And let me tell you, everybody that was there at that party, they read that book from front cover to the back. They were on it. They were on point. They knew everything about the book. They knew all the characters, their personalities, all of these things. And so I was just amazed by that. And also a great amount of relief knowing that that they were there. I didn't have anybody there that was like looking around like, okay, what is she talking about? Nobody there was like that. So I was like, oh, that was a great relief to know that they actually came because they did read the book, and they weren't just there to get those party favors and things of that nature and to get the food. That's another good thing that I didn't add, but I'm going to mention that as well. It's a party, so of course you got to have food. And I didn't do like little finger foods and things of that nature. No, I did food. We had fried chicken, we had fruit and cheese trays, we had cold cuts, you name it, we had it. And also we had cake at the end, and it had a picture of the book on front of it. So I planned for it well, and it was just a great event. And also there was a video. If you ever want to check it out, you can go to YouTube because it's out there, and it's also on my website. You can click on videos and it'll take you to that link, and then you can see actually there are 2 videos, one from my first book release party, and then of course from the second one. Now, I didn't have a book release party for If Tomorrow Comes Requiem. That was the first book. I wanted to wait until the second part of the book came out, and that way I can just do the book release party for both books. That way, if you didn't get the first book, and you want to get the second book, that's the initiative to get the first book, so you'll know what's going on before you read the second book. So I'm just so excited about this book coming out. It's been almost 2 years, and and now I can give a sigh of relief for all the people who wanted to know when this book is coming out. It will be out before fall, I promise you that. But anyway, it's just it's just a great feeling to start a project and complete a project. But remember, prepare in advance. Promote through all channels to get the word out in advance, so your book reveal and release party will go off without a hitch. All the things that I mentioned are just great promotional tools, and they're not just for your guests, but for everyone else who will see them on display. So I hope that I have given you some information about the importance of doing book reveal and book release parties, because like I said, this is the first contact of your book to the public, for them to see it. And if you're a self-published author like I am, you want to make sure that you put everything that you have into tap into all your resources. That's what you need to do, and just to make sure that everything is perfect, or is as close to perfect as you can get it. All right, folks. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you did get something out of it. And you can refer back to this script if you want to. You can go to my blog site and read it for yourself a little bit more in detail. And I hope that you're planning on going out to worship service tomorrow, and take family members with you, take some friends, take some children with you to church tomorrow to hear the word. And Father's Day is coming up next Sunday, so you need to prepare for that as well, because it's very important. We couldn't have fathers, we couldn't be mothers without fathers. So my sons are fathers, so it's a very special time for me as well to to put them on the pedestal for a change. I had my day on Mother's Day. Now it's the father's turn. Some of them they don't get the recognition that they deserve. So I just want to shout out all the dads and say that you're great, you're wonderful, and I respect you for being role models in the lives of your children, whether they are male or female, because they need that. And tell somebody that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only day you get to say that. I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.